Hey there, Joey here. I know it's been a minute since you've seen a video from me, and I just got to work a little bit early, so I thought I would drop in and tell you what's been going on since the Foothills Trail. I finished that trail in April, and if you watched those videos, you saw that I was having a lot of trouble with the stairs. They were really causing my knee to scream at me, and as it turned out, I did kind of aggravate the MCL injury that I had from a couple of years ago on the Tahoe Rim Trail. I don't think I tore it again, but it definitely aggravated it, so it was bothering me a lot, and I spent probably another 6 weeks or so wearing the brace whenever I was out walking or when I was about at work and things like that. So that kind of slowed me down, and then it's interesting, and I was talking to somebody who had a similar thing happen with the MCL, and as it started to heal, they started having problems with their IT band on the opposite side. So that's been bothering me too a bit, which means that I have not been out hiking and doing things outdoors nearly as much as I would like. On top of that, and you may have picked up on it if you're watching those videos, I have been struggling with fatigue, way more than normal fatigue, kind of extreme fatigue for actually several months now. And I was really concerned before I went on the Foothills Trail if I was going to be able to even hike, 12 or 14 miles a day on some days. And I was thankful that I could, but it took its toll on me. For some reason, I have just been much more tired, like a really deep level of tired, than I normally have been. And some people might say, okay, Joey, you're getting old, just face it. But at the same time, I felt like it was not normal. And I had to like trace back in my mind when I started realizing like, wow, I'm way more tired than normal. I would go to work and an 8-hour day for me, I'm on my feet all day working at the outfitter. And then with travel, I live about 50 miles from work. So that can turn into almost like a 12-hour day because, giving myself like an hour and a half each way, 11 hours, so by the time I got home, I was just wiped and couldn't function, couldn't do anything but basically eat and go to bed. And I was like, that's not normal. So I started thinking back, and it actually started happening in late fall. And I just didn't realize that I was getting more and more tired than I had been. So finally in April, I went to the doctor and I was like, okay, on top of the fatigue, I've got this going on. I have this symptom, this symptom. I had like a list of like 10 symptoms. And so I have been making the rounds, doing a whole bunch of doctors, a whole bunch of different tests, trying to figure out what the source of the fatigue and these other issues is. Fortunately, but unfortunately, some of you might remember that book as kids. It's a cute little book. Fortunately, they haven't found anything seriously wrong with me. So that's a good thing. But also, it's a very unfortunate, frustrating thing because then it's like, well, if you can't find anything wrong with me, then why am I so freaking tired? And thankfully, over the past maybe 3 weeks, it started to get a bit better. And I have been able to get out and do some things. We did an overnight camping and went paddleboarding at a lake not too far from home, and we went kayaking last weekend, which was wonderful because it was the first time I got to get my kayak out on the water since I bought it last summer. It had been sitting in the yard just waiting to be used, and so managed to do that. Honestly, it's a 50-pound kayak, and by the time Andy and I got both of our boats up on the car, hadn't even left the driveway yet, but just all the work that it takes to get everything together, get all the gear together, get the racks on, get the boards up. I was in tears because I told him, I was like, I am so tired already and we haven't even gone anywhere. I was afraid that by the time I got out on the water and paddled for a while, and then I might not even be able to get the board back up on the car. And so that was really, it felt bad. I was not happy about it. But thankfully, when we did get to the lake, we didn't have any trouble getting the boards off. Got to paddle for, I don't know, hour and a half, 2 hours or so, just leisurely, and was able to get the boats back on the car, and it just turned into a really nice day. So I was really glad that I pushed myself a bit and did that. But at the same time, I got to figure out what's going on with this fatigue and try to get healthier because I want to keep doing what I've been doing for a really long time. So I have not been a member of a gym for a while because I've been so busy with the working on the house, the renovations, and then working at work and traveling and visiting my parents and things like that. So it just hasn't been conducive to a regular workout routine. But I am going to go ahead and join the Y where I live, because then I can get out and swim and do yoga and work on that IT band and the stretches and the flexibility and all those things that are important to stay healthy as you age. And now that I'm 60, those things are kind of top of mind for me. So I've been doing that, and then just lots of stuff around the house. I did manage to get a little garden in and some other little things. So I'll show you a little montage of those activities so that you can take a look at that. And I am starting to also plan not a through hike. I don't think that I'm up for a long through hike in the fall, but I am planning an adventure that I'm getting very excited about. And I did look at doing a couple of long trails, European trails that are high on my list and that I would love to do. But I was like, number one, I don't know if I can handle that energy wise. And number two, I didn't really feel like doing them alone. I just was not in the mood to hike alone after being so lonely on the Foothills Trail and not seeing anybody. So I'm going to put those two trails on the back burner for right now, but this adventure is probably going to be a van life adventure. It may involve some family time, which I'm really looking forward to, and I will tell you more about that in the next video. And I do want to say, for those of you that reached out to me with concern, thank you very much for both your support and your concern. Here's what I've been up to. If you want to take a look at some of my more recent little mini adventures, micro adventures, and I will keep posting here. I'm sorry that it's been a bit irregular, but I do appreciate all your support and look forward to seeing you here again soon. So Andy and I have not camped in the van in a really long time. We were way overdue, and we're super excited this weekend to be able to get away for just one overnight, not too far from home. And it's beautiful. We're right on a lake, so it's just really gorgeous. The weather's perfect. It's wonderful to just sort of recharge, relax, all that. And we went paddling this afternoon, had a wonderful time, came back, we're just chilling. And suddenly the dog started whining, and Andy says, "Did you pack dog food?" And I was like, "No, oh, we forgot." So it shows how rusty we are. We didn't have the full checklist. So he's had to head off to the nearest grocery store, which I think is about 6 miles away, to get food for Forrest. So a little blip in the weekend, but it is absolutely gorgeous. You hungry dog? Sorry we messed up. What's going on up there? This is what happens when I do projects. I'm a hot, sweaty mess, but I'm also excited because I just finished a garden project that I've been planning for a while. Had the supplies since winter time, and I finally got out in weather that's tolerable and not pouring rain to get it done. There has been a garden bed out here in the back since I moved in, but it didn't have any shape or form or intention. So I decided I wanted to put some nice galvanized trim around the edges and add lights. And it took a long time to dig out the hard clay and bring out all the roots and things, some of which you can see there, that were in the way. There were some old dead plants like that one that need to be dealt with. And I'm going to come back in and I'm going to put some mulch, put some plants in, and make a little pathway to the hose there. Here is the finished product. Eventually I'll get some more plants in here, but for now, at least it looks intentional and the lights are going to be real pretty at night. I've been kayaking in a hot minute. I'll make that a few years. And I've got a brand new boat here. Bought for my friend Jeff last summer. Didn't have a chance to get it out till now. So I'm really excited to be out on the water. Having fun with Andy, who's lost over there somewhere. We'll meet up again in a little bit.